Welcome back to our climate discussion, and this week I want to touch on severe thunderstorms, severe weather outbreaks, and climate. Now, there has been some discussions, let's say, some presentations on various TV stations that would suggest that the severe weather outbreak in the southeast, in the southern or lower Mississippi River Valley, are directly connected to climate change. Not exactly. Before we jump onto that bandwagon, we have to understand what's going on in the atmosphere. Okay, now, if we take a look, and let's pull up some data here, and I want to show you first precipitable water values. If you take a look at precipitable water values, you could definitely make a case that there's been an increase, especially when you look at the summer precipitable water values, which would push up towards the northern mid-Atlantic, and you'd get precipitable water values pushing over the 2-inch mark, which is becoming more of a regular influence on our atmosphere. This would definitely be an indication of climate influence. Why, you might ask? Well, because the atmosphere as a whole is getting warmer, that means that the atmosphere as a whole can hold more water. And if it can hold more water, your precipitable water values go up. Your precipitable water values go up, it introduces more complications in terms of enhancing convective weather. It enhances the potential for interaction in the upper atmosphere, where you can get more vigorous thunderstorms, and thunderstorms capable of producing larger hail, stronger downburst wind gusts, and also you increase the potential for more vertical wind shear. Okay, so you increase all these factors when you increase precipitable water values. So that's certainly accurate. However, the pattern itself, well, there's a little bit more to that. You see, what's happening here is called the AMO. The AMO index is an index that has been proven and has been in place for eons. And it basically fluctuates like this. And in basically late 90s through the 2000s, we have been in a very positive state. This influences everything from tropical weather to the weather patterns over North America. Now, since the late 2000s into about 2017 or so, we have started to transition away from a warm state and more towards a cold state. Now, we are still, I would say, in a neutral state in the AMO. But as that transition happens, we know various factors happen when we start to push into a negative AMO regime. Certainly when we're not in a positive AMO regime, which basically would lead this whole area that's in white would basically be in scarlet red, okay, when we're in a positive AMO phase, which we have been. When we transition out of that, that leads to various factors. One, increases the potential for drought over the southern plains and over the desert southwest, which I guarantee you're going to be hearing a lot about. It also shifts your severe thunderstorm threat a little bit further to the east, towards the Mississippi River Valley and towards the southeast, which is basically what we've been seeing starting really last year, but now especially this year. As these conditions start to take hold, you see a better potential for severe thunderstorms. When did we last see this type of indication? The 80s, into the 90s, and then it started to go away. So over the past 20 years, we've really been seeing more of a focus back towards the southern plains. As we move into this transition, what we're going to see as this whole evolution takes place is unfortunately more severe weather outbreaks, especially this year with the La Nina starting to basically collapse, and you see more of an enhancement from the subtropical jet stream. Unfortunately, that's going to lead to the potential for more vigorous short waves to march through the southern plains and head towards the southeast, pick up all this moisture from the Gulf Coast and produce more severe thunderstorms. So the point here is that while there's clearly a factor in considering global warming and severe weather, it's not a one-to-one interaction. As always with these things, it never is. We are dealing with a variety of changing factors in the atmosphere, which is pretty much par for the course. And the primary reason we are seeing this shift more towards the lower Mississippi River Valley and the southeast has more to do with the AMO state changing than it does with anything that would be man-made driven. However, the intensity and the potential for these thunderstorms to really produce some impressive hail events and heavy downpours, flash flooding, and yes, strong downburst wind gusts and tornadoes is enhanced in a warmer climate, and we know that based on the influence that we are seeing on the precipitable water values, which you can watch literally in real time on the SPC website. So that is your discussion for this week. I hope that it provided a little bit more clarity, and as always, stay safe out there.